Hey, so this is going to be my first YouTube video ever, actually. Smoking out of my Dracula by Peterson. This is the rusticated ADS 2025. And I'm going to be smoking a blend by a local tobacconist here called Black Pearl. It's really Latakia forward. It's supposed to be somewhat similar to a Pirate Cake. It's like his answer to Pirate Cake without it being 75% Latakia. I think this is like 40. Still pretty strong though. Really nice. I like Latakia a lot. I know some people don't, but so as far as pipe smoking goes, it was sort of an answer for me to quit smoking, vaping. Started pipe smoking in September. My first pipe was a Dr. Grabo. Dr. Grabo Regal. There we go. Might be fully lit now. It was just a rusticated straight billiard. It was like a gift from my cousin Garrett. When he heard I wanted to get into pipe smoking, he went to an antique store and picked me up this pipe rack that had a nice big glass jar on the back with a lid. Apparently they're pretty expensive. I don't really care to try to find another one and buy one. I have a straight rack that works much better, but it was really cool, and it came with an old Mastercraft, had a cracked stubble, well, cracked mortise. I'll eventually get around to banding that. And then it came with that Dr. Grabo, and I think the first thing I smoked was Gamblers, the worst tobacco ever. Gamblers is truly a cigarette tobacco. Just like the roughest burley, the worst cuts of just a shag cut burley. They say ribbon cut, but it's like a really, really messy shag. It's not like a fancy shag. It's not a nice, great shag. Didn't like it. I almost stopped pipe smoking then. But one of my cousins happened to find a local cigar shop that had some tobaccos in there and picked me up 3 different tobaccos. Just an ounce of each. It was like a little sampler. It was one of those like Excalibur, which I think was like a fruity aromatic. I don't remember exactly. BCA, which I believe was just Lane BCA. It didn't say Lane, but just said BCA. I assume it was Lane BCA. And then I think just something was, I think, burley forward. So what really got me into it was the BCA. BCA tasted amazing. I couldn't get enough of it. I ended up smoking that whole bag of BCA that first day. Then I decided this is great. I love it. I need more. Went to a cigar shop the next day, and they had quite a bit of tobacco options. I think I bought another like a couple ounces of different stuff. Definitely got some BCA. And then I decided to experiment because I just had no idea what I liked other than BCA. And I got some Peterson Dracula's luxury Navy flake, which was phenomenal. I didn't know anything about tobacco, didn't know how it was supposed to taste, but whatever I was tasting was phenomenal. And then after that, I got some Lancer Ready Rub. It was a really strong English, but it was great. It was my first foray into Latakia, or Latakia. I'm going to say whichever's easiest for me, whichever one comes to me whenever I say it. It was great. I loved it. And so I started trying more things, and my cousin ended up buying me a bag of Virginia Gold by Cavendish Aromatic. And it was great for my early pipe smoker. And I of course started buying more estate pipes. I ended up getting this really cool K Woody Bulldog, and that set me on a path of bulldogs. As you can see, I like bulldogs. So I started looking around on eBay for other estate pipes, and I just started collecting and collecting. And I decided I wanted a brand new pipe. So I went to this local cigar shop that also had pipes. And they had some Paycock basket briars. And I picked up a little Author. And it was just a phenomenal little pipe. My first brand new pipe. Then along with that, I picked up a Ericsson Keystone, which is made by Nording. It's their version of what would be like the Falcon or the Viking, right? With a K-Woody Filtronic. It's a kind of removable bowl. Unfortunately, Nording didn't continue making bowls for it. It comes with one bowl, and there's not really like a replacement bowl line, so I feel like they really could have done something there. But it's fine. Still a great pipe. Loved it. Still have that one. Then obviously fell on the rabbit hole. Started going to YouTube and watching videos, and everyone's like, oh, Savinelli and Peterson and Costello and Dunhill and all these great big brands. No, you got to get into artisan brands. And so I started looking around, and I found a Savinelli 321 1 kit, right? The kit's called the Savinelli 1 kit. The shape that I got was a 321. They have a couple other shapes that you can get in it. But, it's a smaller version of the 320. And so it was my first entry into, higher quality pipes. And I just, felt like I was on top of the world for my first real high quality pipe. Thinking, honestly, really putting down all of my other pipes because this was just so great and amazing. And then I went to the Tobacco Pouch in Tulsa, which is my favorite lounge. I love classic cigars. Like, I'm not trying to put them down. Anybody in Tulsa who might watch this, I love classic cigars. But when it comes to pipes, you're just not gonna beat the tobacco pouch. And talking to Mike there, and I was looking at one of these Dracula shapes, they had there. I think it was it's one of their XL lines. It was in a smooth. And I was like, I really, really like the Dracula look, the color, the scheme, whatnot. Don't like the smooth. He goes, well, I'm about to order some Draculas. So he's showing me the shapes he was gonna order. I said, is there any chance that you can find a bulldog in that, in that exact line of pipes? I don't think so, but we'll go ahead and look anyways. And so then the only bulldog we were able to find was the rusticated. And it was new. They just came out with the rusticated Dracula. They had the sandblasted Dracula and the smooth Dracula. And Peterson decided in 2025 to put out a rusticated version. And so I got my hands on this. This was my first pipe that I paid more than $90 for. And I know a lot of people have told me, oh, you could have got that cheaper online, but it didn't matter to me. I love the tobacco pouch. Got to support them. I don't care that it's cheaper online. I bought it through them. And started falling deeper into the rabbit hole. Started buying more estate pipes because I realized that though I love this pipe and my Savinelli, I just like pipes, period. So I got myself a Chadwick Supreme, which is a squat bull moose, just real big chunky pipe, and I love that pipe. And I have 4 non-negotiable pipes right now that, despite anything that happens, any pipes I get rid of or take on, I'm never getting rid of these 4 pipes. And that's my Savinelli, Peterson, Chadwick Supreme, and then I have an Aldo Villani, sort of a tomato author, but with a long Lavat style Morris Stummel and a saddle bit. And it is just a phenomenal pipe. That was one I just acquired recently. It's a very welcoming community. Everyone in the community is very nice. They want you to be there. They want you to enjoy what they enjoy. There might be some, granted. For the most part, they're not, this is what I like, and if you don't like this, then screw you, and you don't know what you're talking about, and blah, 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 They enjoy something, and so they want you to enjoy it as well. And so they're going to say, hey, have you tried this, or have you tried that? And hey, I've got this, such and such blend. And for example, I was on a Discord, with a Get Piped community Discord, and I made mention that I had never tried any of the codger blends. Right now I'm 3-4 months into pipe smoking. I barely tried any blends. I know that. And one of the guys on there was like, hey, I've got an old box that comes with a pouch inside. And apparently Carter Hall used to come, it was Carter Hall. Apparently Carter Hall and Charlotte Raleigh and a few of the others used to come like that. These boxes that had a pouch inside. And he goes, I'll mail it to you. Just no questions asked, no, can you do this for me? It was just, you never tried it? I'm gonna mail it to you. And that actually ended up like this mail chain of, he mailed me some Carter Hall, and I had some Black Cavendish that I wasn't really smoking anymore. And I talked to the guy who I was gonna mail some of the Carter Hall to, who'd also never tried it. And I sent him some Black Cavendish, and it just kind of created this chain. It was great. And it's just a very welcoming community. Everybody wants to be here. Everybody loves doing this. Recently joined the Tulsa Pipe Club here in Tulsa, and just one of the guys brought in those big totes, just full of tobaccos. And he was like pulling them out. Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? I ended up leaving with like 3 or 4 little sampler baggies of different tobaccos that I never tried. And I'm not a big aromatic guy, just because I like flavor over smell. 100% flavor over smell for me. But he sent me some. It's an old Sutliff, so never gonna be able to get that again. But old Sutliff berry blend. That was just absolutely phenomenal. It tasted good as well as smelling good. Just a phenomenal blend. So right now I've got a cabinet started, and eventually when I get my office one put together, I'll have a sort of different filming setup because I'm going to start putting out more videos. And I'll be able to have my cabinet in the background with my pipe rack and my tobacco shelf you'll be able to see. So I did sort of smoke-proof my office. I've got a nice air purifier. And then I got some 3M weather stripping. I weather stripped my entire door so that no smoke's getting out. I went ahead and sealed off my vent so no air gets in either. So, you know, open a window if I need airflow. But it's so much better than smoking outside when it's sub-zero. And we've had some really cold days recently. So, you know, I'm getting there. This is definitely a hobby I enjoy. Watched all the greats, you know. Just finished Matches 860 catalog of videos. About what, 3 years too late. Why couldn't I have joined this community years ago, you know? So I can say that when I first started smoking pipes, I was obviously 3, 4, 5 times a day, right? Smoking the whole bowl and then jonesing for a cigarette in the middle. But I eventually got to a point where I don't even think about cigarettes anymore. I've had people offer cigarettes. I just don't. It doesn't affect me. I don't want them. I don't need them. I don't think about smoking the pipe constantly either. I do, however, I have a problem with collecting things, so I am always online looking at more, you know, estate pipes. I've actually got a shipment of pipes on the way right now. Decided I wanted to try a Viking, Dr. Rainbow Viking. Well, actually wanted a Falcon, and the order I got had a Falcon and a Viking, and I'm a bit more hyperfixate. I hyperfixate hard on anything that I do, which is why I took to it like a hobby rather than a habit. My cousin also wanted a Falcon. In this lot of pipes came one Viking, one Falcon, and then 3 other random bent billiards. I think all 3 of the random pipes are bent billiards, probably basket briars, I don't really know. But for the Falcon and the Viking, And these 3 other pipes, it was $37, ridiculously cheap. And the Falcon Pipes bowl was just cracked. But I can get Falcon bowls anywhere. They're not hard to find. Which is why I have the Falcon bowl going to my cousin, who he's not into finding pipes, and he's not gonna have a collection of pipes. He just has to have his 7 to 14 pipes that he's gonna switch out throughout the week and just smoke. He just enjoys the time of smoking his pipe, sitting down and relaxing, thinking about life and about his walk with God and what his future is going to hold. He just got back from the Marines, so slowing down has definitely been hard for him, but a pipe has really, really helped. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him the Falcon. I found another lot of pipes, pipe bowls, Falcon bowls, that I'm just gonna refurb and give him, a few of those. Viking bowls, that's another thing. Viking bowls are not easy to find. You'll find like somebody was selling a display from a store of 6 Viking bowls for $280. Oh, that was a lot. But it was the original packaging, the original display. But I'm not collecting for display. I'm collecting because I want to smoke them. Every single one of my pipes, I want to smoke. I'm not here to set a pipe on a stand and ooh and awe at it. It needs to smoke. Otherwise, I have no reason to have it. I have one that's just straight up a novelty. My cousin Garrett bought it for me for Christmas, and it's this giant pipe that's like carved out of antler, and the cedar bowl is just a plank of cedar that's like a chunk this big. It's just a novelty. It just sits on display. It's technically a pipe. And I smoked one bowl out of it just to appease him. It's not a sit and smoke kind of thing. It's a gimmick, is what it is. It's just a gimmick. It's a cool gimmick, and don't get me wrong, the guy who built it definitely put a lot of work into it. It's a beautiful work of art, but it's art. It's not a pipe. So anyways, I found a guy on Etsy who makes these adapters that are supposed to work for a Viking to Falcon bowl. So I ordered a few of them online, 3D printed, which kind of has me worried, but it's supposed to be a high temperature resistant filament. He actually built them specifically because he built a type of pipe that uses the same threads as Viking. So hopefully that works. I'd like to get a few Meerschaum bowls. I like Meerschaum a lot. I have one Meerschaum pipe. I would like to get more. Meerschaum's quite expensive for genuine block Meerschaum. And if you want anything that doesn't have those stupid little screw-in stems that just are horrible, you're looking at $200-300. Whereas I can get a good briar for a quarter of that cost. Also, I'm getting the necessary tools, chemicals required. I'm gonna start refurbishing old pipes. I have a few already stacked up ready for me to refurbish because I like collecting snake pipes. I actually like collecting them more than I like brand new pipes. And so that being said, I'm gonna start recording some videos of me doing that. I should, you know, I'm 100% going to be selling these refurbed pipes on eBay, Etsy. Probably put them up on my Instagram as well. Part of the deal with my wife was that I would only collect 10 pipes. Anything more, a pipe had to leave my collection in order for one to join my collection. So the give and take there is that I refurb pipes. And so, you know, I can give a little bit of a smoke when I get it. You know, do a basic, just smokable refurb. And if it's something I really like, I'll do a full refurb on it and I'll keep it. And if it's something I can give or take, I can do a full refurb and post it on my store. Anybody's got a problem with that, you obviously don't know what estate pipes are. Some of these estate pipes I've seen were definitely smoked by the same guy for 30 years straight. It was unlikely that he had a pipe rotation. He probably rotated that pipe in his hand a few times a day. So, I'm going to be doing pipe refurbs. Got to get my shed set up to work as a shop. Got to get a window unit. I am not sitting out in, 98-degree Oklahoma weather during the summer refurbing pipes. I have some tobacco seeds as well. I'm gonna try growing the golden burley seeds, golden leaf burley, and not a big burley person, but I think I paid $4 for 1,000 seeds. And then they gave me an extra 500 of miscellaneous tobacco seeds. So I don't really know what to do with that. Plant them. I'm still not going to know what leaf I'm getting. I've never done it before, so it would be something new. But, the pipe hobby's really looking up for me. It's really giving me something to do. Give me something to look forward to, New pipes to acquire, new tobaccos to smoke. That's the big thing is trying all the flavors, There's a YouTuber I watch, Professor Jeremiah has a series called The Smoke Every Blend. And actually I'm kind of worried. I haven't seen a video from him in a few months, which is kind of worrisome. But, my study's coming together. I've got to my wall clocks. So, Nicole behind me. It's like a old cottage carving. My aunt just happened to find it at an antique store one day when she was out shopping, and well, I think Robert would like that. You're correct, I do. So I think that's gonna be it for me. Hopefully I'll get into the swing of things and I'll start having better diction and having my words more put together. I might even have to write a script out to keep myself on track. But yeah, you got any pointers that you want to try to help me out? I'm open to anything. We'll see what this brings. Thank you. Have a good night.